So this is the white truck leaving. Now they came here and caused havoc, and they're here 2, 3 times a day. Sometimes they stay all day. Sometimes a half an hour. Sometimes 2, 3 hours. That's them leaving. That's the truck I'm talking about. Every time they show the fuck up, these nitwits, boom, 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 boom. I don't know if he's bringing his kid with him, to do this on purpose. But look how quiet it is now. The cops did their job, which is nothing. They usually don't do anything. I'm afraid to call them because every time I call them, they come out and fucking do nothing. So, I mean, it is better than them coming here and shoot me like they did the Ecker boy. But, you know what I mean? They do nothing. Oh, it's a landlord dispute. He's gonna have to evict them. Who are they talking about? Me? See, this is what happens. I get the shitty end of the stick, so I have to cut the cords off of every fucking thing I own, leave my furniture, my bed, and everything, and move across town. Because some judge down here in Pottstown, who's just as corrupt as the fucking cops he has on the force, wants to evict me out of here instead of dealing with the drug problems, dealing with the people downstairs. They're the ones causing the noise. They're the ones smoking pot from 11:30 at night till 2 in the morning, which the cops aren't doing nothing about. Around children, I don't care if they smoke pot personally. They can go smoke in the street all night long for all I care. I don't care what their personal life is. What I care about is the kids ingesting that, by not being able to help it because daddy's in the living room or boyfriend's in the living room smoking weed all night long after 11. And I keep telling them, hey, you need to get a key off the landlord. You need to get and come in here and smell it yourself. That gives you probable cause to knock on the door. Hey, are you smoking out around kids? Do you think these cops are doing anything? Hell no. Why would they? That would be paperwork. They just want to come up and talk to me and Mr. Whitehawk. Oh, did you fall? Oh, they didn't even ask me if I wanted an ambulance. That's how concerned they are. They don't give a shit. My knee is starting to swell. I can feel the left side of it like swelling a little. I just called my insurance agent and told him what happened. I may have to get down to the hospital for a brace or cortisone shot, something. Oh, my God. Because when they woke me up out of bed, boom, 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 downstairs, you know how you throw your legs over the bed, like you roll over, throw your legs over the bed to stand up? Well, that's what I did. Because at that point, I was going to get the phone to call either the police or the landlord. Well, at that point, went down on one knee, rolled over on my side, got up real fast. I mean, it didn't hurt then. Now, I think because it was the adrenaline rush, you know what I mean? So I crawled over to my couch and my coffee table over here, picked myself up, walked boom, boom, boom over to the phone, yelling, I'm going to call the landlord or something like that. I was yelling. I don't even know at this point because now I've got a tremendous high blood pressure headache. Blood's ready to squirt out my ears, all because they have a kid that visits here 19 times a day and they won't take his boots off at the door. They let him pound around. Isn't that amazing? And then night shift, I get weed smoke coming up through my floorboards and my window. I can't leave my windows open. I got to run my air conditioner from now until winter. You know what I mean? So I don't get weed smoke in my windows because no matter what window I'm sitting at, there comes the weed smoke in. You tell them to blow it out a window, and they ignorantly, instead of going in there, knowing this window's open and in their kitchen area or wherever and smoking it out a window, they'll smoke it right under where I'm sitting because they're such nice neighbors, Like I said, they're doing it on purpose. And I also pointed out that Ashley Bell is friends with them. You can see on the mailbox, it says Canada and Bell on the mailbox. I already took videos of this. And which puts them, the Bell girl was here fist fighting for 12 months. I kept calling the cops and children and youth on her because she had a 9-year-old here. Finally got her out of the building. She's still coming back here for her mail, though, and to pull the puppet string so it keeps on and on and on and on downstairs. You know what I mean? So this is what's going on. Oh, my God, I'm going to have a nervous fucking breakdown, man. I cannot get one day a piece. They'll leave for about 12 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and they'll come back, start all over again. So I'm going to keep calling the landlord to no avail because it took him a year to get rid of the first girl. How long do you think it's going to take him to get rid of this one? I am literally going to have a nervous breakdown by the time they're out of here. If he evicts them at all, he might be trying to evict me now. Who knows? So I'm making video after video about it, but that was the white truck that comes here. I didn't see the kid get in. I didn't see him get in, but that's the. I just looked over because they started the truck. He has a muffler that is like, like that. So I heard it and looked over. So they were already in the truck to be able to. Well, it probably recorded it on here, but I'm not going through the footage on here to. That's for the police to go through if something would happen. I'm really not concerned with it. But today, when I was getting back from the store, him and the kid were coming out of the apartment. They had to come rushing out to see what I look like. I reached the top of my step out here, and I turn around. I have a policeman's vest cam, and I turn around and filmed them while they did it. That's the first time they ever come out of the apartment while I was in the hallway. So I guess they had to see what I look like. Well, now you know what I look like. And I got you on camera doing it. And that's logged on my vest cam. Do you think the police are interested in any of that? Stalking, harassing, making noise? No. Why would they care? Just call us so we can come here and do nothing as usual. Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah, because you did not do nothing the last 3 times you were out this week. Why call the police? What is that going to do? Do you understand what I mean? And then he says, you got to call your landlord. He's the one that's got to evict him. So we got to, Pottstown used to have an ordinance, a nuisance ordinance in Pottstown, that if the cops were called 3 times to an address, it would be dubbed a nuisance property, and the landlord would get fined. So they turn around, go back to the shop, and file a fine against the landlord. Sooner or later, the landlord would go, I'm tired of paying these fines. I'm getting rid of whoever's doing this. See that? It gets rid of the parties quicker. Do you understand what I mean? I think Pottstown needs to do that. Number one, it'll create revenue. Number two, it'll get these landlords to clean these buildings out of these walking cat turds, and it'll stop. Again, I'm not trying to get her kids taken off of her. I'm not trying to get her evicted. What I want them to do is stop the noise, buy some rugs, take the shoes off at the door. You understand what I mean? I'm not trying to hurt them. It's not never about that. I don't want to hurt kids. I don't want to see kids in the street or homeless. That's ridiculous. So I'm not trying to be an asshole about this. I'm trying to say, stop the noise, please. Take the kids' shoes off at the door when you come in, like Japanese people do. I'm not saying leave them outside. I'm saying bring them in with you. But, maybe then once he stomps in his own bare feet for a while, he'll go, that hurts. I need to stop doing that. There you go, Chuck. Learned the hard way, didn't you? You see what I'm saying? Or they could buy some carpeting like I did and put cardboard down. I'm doing everything I can to be a nice neighbor. And I'm getting all the flack. Oh, you're banging back too? Well, of course I am. It's driving me insane. I want to jump out the window. Is that what you think I should do next time? Just jump face first out the window? Because that's what's going to happen if I can't bang back. You're not doing nothing about the problem. Motherfucker. Ring around the motherfucking Rosie. Call us so we can come here and do nothing, Mr. Whitehawk, okay? Knowing full well they're going to say, no matter what I do, oh, he banged back anyway. They're going to say that anyway. So what's the point? What's the point of calling the police? To do what? To get into a tit-tat? I didn't bang. Yes, he did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. It's duck season. It's rabbit season. It's ducks. They want to drive you. They want to help drive you nuts instead of getting rid of the problem. I feel like I'm in a fucking Bugs Bunny cartoon. It's duck season. It's rabbit season. It's duck season. Oh my God, I'm going to have a stroke or a heart attack. My chest hurts so bad. You wouldn't believe how bad my chest hurts right now. It feels like it's being electrically shocked. That's how bad it feels right now. I'm going to stop this video because I can't keep bitching. It's just going to drive me into a heart attack. And then they win. I'm dead in a coffin somewhere, and they get to make the crack shack. I'm in their way. That's what it seems like. Again, I'm standing in their way from them doing what they want. They want 15 of their boys laying up in here smoking weed like in a circle with their kids running around, no diaper on or full diaper on, not being changed. That's what it seems like to me. So that's why they're calling the cops on me. Not because they're not making noise. It's because I'm stomping in response to their noise. Oh, he's got to stop that. I'm calling the cops. What kind of an idiot calls the cops on somebody that's making noise because you just made noise? Who does that? I'm going to get to the cops first. So, they think because they got to the cops first, they're entitled to win the argument. You know what I'm saying? What a fucking bunch of kids. Grow up, watch your kids, and stop smoking weed. It's bad for you anyway. Makes you dumber than fucking, Willie Nelson. Come on, man. Oh, actually, Willie ain't dumb. He's way smarter than they'll ever be, but you get what I'm saying. Makes you dumber than Cheech and Chong. Am I driving, man? What? Bunch of freaking retards. They call the cops because I'm pounding because of the noise downstairs. Who does that? Who the fuck does that? He's making noise because we're making noise. Get him, officers. I'm like, does that make any kind of sense? Only in this world. So now they have a police report against me so that the landlord can use to evict me when they're the ones doing this. And of course I can't win because you got to burn all these videos to a disc to take them to court. So I'm not going to have any evidence to bring to court with me. So they're going to rule in favor of them, the landlord anyway. Oh, he's got to go. He's filming them all the time. Well, of course I am. They're the problem. They're the criminals. See, I'm trying to catch them on video, which I just did. The guy leaving. That's the guy that comes here. Watch, he'll be here tomorrow. And I'll let you listen to the boom, boom, booms when he brings the kid with him. Ridiculous. But the landlord won't do nothing about it. I am literally trapped between a rock and a hard place. There's nowhere to go. I can't, go and move out. I'd have to cut the cords off of everything I own and start all over again and just carry out of here what I could, which ain't going to be much. A couple electronics and my clothes. I won't have a bed to sleep on, so whatever rat-infested fuckhole that they find for me, Section 8, I'll have to just put up with that, whether it has rugs on the floor or not, and sleep on the floor because I won't have a bed. I don't want to start all over. I want to go right from here to the hospice or the retirement home when I can't walk at all. Everybody talking about, oh, you can't make it up the steps, so why don't you just move? Who the fuck said I can't make it up the steps? This ain't a step problem. It's a neighbor problem. It's these motherfucking cat turds that keep fucking with me all night and day. You need to get them to stop. You need to get them to go somewhere. How about you make them move? Rent to somebody with no children down below. That way there's no boom, boom, booming. Hey, there's an idea. Rent to two elderly couple or, a couple that works. They're out of the house 8-10 hours a day. You know what I mean? 3 nights a week they order out and the rest they cook, or 2 nights a week they order out and on weekends they go to a bar. No noise. Imagine that. Imagine how blissful life would be. No, they rent to Section 8 cat turds who think the world owes them a favor and the government owes them just a little bit more money. And you owe them the right to do whatever they want. You got to like it. No, I don't have to like it. I'm not going to sit here and have a hillbilly hog stomping kid downstairs with men's work boots on, doom, 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 like he's dancing to a banjo. That's not going to happen. I'm 60 years old. I reserve the right to take a nap in the morning, at noon, at night, and then a night again because I go to sleep. So I never sleep a full 8 hours. I sleep 2 hours here, 4 hours there, 6 hours there, something like that. And with that comes maybe an hour or two nap here, which I can't get because they keep waking me up. I'm so fucking exhausted I could drop. That's how they're keeping me around the clock. Because this shitwit with the fucking white truck keeps showing up here 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, and boom, 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 boom. Then I'll leave. Come back. Boom, 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 boom. Then I'll leave again. Come back afternoon. Boom, 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 boom. Then he's here at night. Boom, 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 with this kid. it goes on. I mean, until midnight, 1 a.m. I've heard that kid stomping around here. 5:30 in the morning, I've heard the kid stomping around in here. Now, granted, it was a Saturday, if I'm being honest, and they were coming in from whatever hoedown they were at. They took the kid to a hoedown. The mother was probably out running the streets. Don't care about the kid. He's between 2 and 5, and had him running the streets. And I told children and youth this. Coming in stomping at 5:30 in the morning woke me up. You know what I mean? What in the fuck is going on in this universe? You got to move to a cave to get, any kind of sanity and peace and quiet. That's ridiculous. That's where am I going to move? It's all over Pottstown. Right over here is the Pollock building. You got a guy out front that screams at the tree leaves at the top of his lungs and tries to bite his own face. And he'll scream for an hour before the cops even show up, before somebody goes, hey, we ought to call the cops on that guy. And he sounds like a town crier. I can hear, if I open my window, I can hear word for word what he's not saying because he mumbles at the top of his lungs. His voice sounds so strained. I think sometimes he loses his voice and can't scream, so he goes in his house. When he gets better, his voice gets better, he comes back out to scream. I mean, it's not funny, but where am I going to move? You got drug deals, open air drug sales going on. You got a hooker living in that building. And anybody denies it, her name's Sandy Gill. She's been a hooker since late 70s, early 80s probably. I don't want to live around that. I don't know who would. So where am I supposed to move? See, the problem is no one's doing nothing about the problem at hand. If they would deal with problems as they are, in other words, a zero tolerance policy for this fucking fucktardery going on, the people would go, well, we either need to be respectable citizens or we got to move somewhere else. There you go. Bye-bye. Do you understand what I mean? And you wouldn't have neighborhoods like this where the cops are here 3 times in one week because of the excessive noise downstairs.
A lot of the times I just stayed awake in my room, and I did bring it up to my mother.
Fucking ridiculous.
I often would make that trek down the dark hall to my mother to get her to come and sleep with me. And it affected me. It made my parents fight because
I don't know. I'm going to end this because it gets you nowhere. It helps me vent. That's about it. All right. That's it.